This is Blue Gold News Now, your spot for current events, campus news, and everything in between. Now live from Towers Studio, it's BNN with your hosts, Alex Rubio and Marissa Day.
Good evening, I'm Alex Rubio.
And I'm Marissa Day.
Coming up tonight, how one UWC sorority hopes to make a change in the community.
The results of the Wisconsin spring election.
And your weekly weather forecast.
But first, Blue Gold Athletics unveiled their plan to help support student athletes. It's no secret that collegiate athletics are pricey, but UW Eau Claire is changing the game when it comes to financial support in Division III. During a press conference on Monday, April 1st, UWEC Athletic Director Jason Verdugo announced the creation of the Champions Fund as part of Athletics Giving Week at UWEC. The Champions Fund was created with the help of a $12,000 grant from the NCAA in hopes of lessening the financial burden of being a college athlete by supplementing the costs of championship rings, banners, travel, and other expenses not funded by the NCAA. This announcement kickstarted Athletics Giving Week, where UWEC athletes and coaches hope to generate around $150,000 in funding for Blue Gold sports. For more information or to make a donation to support Blue Gold Athletics, visit impact.uwec.edu/athletics.
If you found yourself disliking Eau Claire's service learning program, the system is being reviewed and changes are coming. The new changes include focusing the program's scope on the community while incentivizing the student body to take a larger role and become more active within Eau Claire. Changes also include placing less emphasis on number of hours worked and more heavily lean into what students have learned through their service. With these changes, the committee working on the update hope for a more well-rounded program that allows for a better outcome for both the community and the students. The committee has been working on this for some time now, and with the help of classes and faculty, are hoping for the new program to be rolled out by the year of 2025 for the fall semester.
Coming up after this break, results are in for the Wisconsin spring election.
And a UWEC sorority teeter-tottering for a good cause. Stay tuned after this. Next, we hear about the upcoming fundraiser held by Alpha Zeta Delta.
BNN reporter Samantha Burnett has the story.
For around 8 years, Alpha Zeta Delta has been hosting their annual Teeter-Totter fundraiser. This year, the fundraiser will take place April 10th, starting at noon, and ending on noon on the 11th. The proceeds will be going to organizations that work to help homeless children. The fundraiser will take place outside of Centennial, and there will be a variety of items to purchase, ranging from a bake sale to Shields gift cards and even items from Eau Claire Vintage. Alpha Zeta Delta is hoping to raise a total of $4,000, with half going to their local focus, the Eau Claire School District Homelessness Program, and the other half going towards the Kindly Hearts Initiative. Most of the proceeds from the bake sales and other items that can be purchased at the fundraiser will go towards their local focus. And then there will be an online link where those proceeds will go towards the Kindly Hearts Initiative. Greta Sterning, VP of Philanthropy, spoke on how they chose their local focus.
We're able to choose our local impact organization, which is the Eau Claire Area School District Homeless Program. And we just chose that because we felt that it related closely to that Kindly Hearts Initiative, but it was a more locally focused effort.
If you're interested in donating, you can give online using the link below or stop by the fundraiser on April 10th and 11th outside of Centennial. For BNN, I'm Samantha Burnett. Back to you, Alex and Marissa.
Thanks, Samantha. How about that? What a way to make change in our community.
Exactly, and what an exciting just event it sounds like as well.
Absolutely.
Like
well, teeter-tottering, rain or shine. I mean, talk about some grit there.
No matter what happens, they're just going for 24 hours. It's crazy.
Absolutely. Spring elections here in the state of Wisconsin took place on Tuesday, April 2nd, and this year came with a twist in Eau Claire County. Two UWEC students ran for county board, Jacob Hackbarth in District 18 and Matthew Leaner in District 22. Both Leaner and Hackbarth ultimately lost to their opponents, with Leaner releasing a statement after losing by only 15 votes. In his statement, he discussed his pride in his campaign and expressed gratitude for all those who supported him, announcing his upcoming candidacy for chairperson of the Wisconsin College Democrats. In other election news, the primary candidate for the Democratic Party is Joe Biden, with Donald Trump as the Republican candidate, once again Biden's opponent.
With the spring semester kicking off into the final stretch, many fun end-of-the-year events will be occurring. One of those events is the ever-popular and beloved Viennese Ball. The V-Ball is an amazing event where students can show off their groovy dance moves, watch amazing performances, sample delicious and wide-ranging cultural cuisine, and have an all-around amazing night. Marissa and I actually were able to go to the V-Ball last semester, and I can say from experience it's not something to miss out on. If you are interested in the V-Ball, it will be happening this weekend on Friday, April 5th and Saturday, April 6th. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. and for students, the tickets are $20 on Friday, $30 on Saturday, and for faculty and staff, tickets are $30 on Friday, $70 on Saturday, and for community members, $70 on both days. Tickets for the V-Ball can be purchased at uwec.universitytickets.com.
BNN will return with your weather forecast
And a BNN Blitz update on Blue Gold Sports after this short break.
Get ready for the ultimate variety experience. Handful is here to shake up your evenings with non-stop entertainment. From jaw-dropping performances to hilarious comedy sketches, Handful has something for everyone. Join us for the wild ride every week filled with laughter, surprises, and unforgettable memories. Don't miss out on the fun. Tune into Handful.
Thank you, Alex and Marissa. Good evening. My name is Ellie Albrecht. For the past few weeks, we've had an on and off rocky relationship with spring, but I'm here to tell you that that just might be over now. Today's temperature in Eau Claire was a high of 45 with a low of 26. Not as warm as people may like, but it was mostly sunny today, so I'll take that over rain any day. Looking at today's temperature, or today's forecast around the upper Midwest, as you can see, it's 40s all around. Minneapolis and Bloomington had highs of 48 today. Red Wing with a high of 46, Lake City, Menominee, and even Eau Claire all had highs of 45, and Chippewa Falls at the lowest with a high of 44 today. If you look at the next 7 days, you'll see how the temperatures are starting to slowly rise again. So thankfully, it won't be in the 40s much longer. And as you can see, we'll be having few showers in the coming days, but that won't stop us from getting all the way back up to the 60s next Tuesday and Wednesday. We had a low of 26 today, which will be the same tomorrow. But then even our low temperatures will be rising, so that is something wonderful to look forward to. Thank you so much for joining me for weather this evening. I'm Ellie Albrecht. Back to you, Alex and Marissa.
Thanks, Ellie. BNN Blitz is back this week with more Blue Gold sports updates.
Over to you, David and Eli.
Thanks, Alex and Marissa. Welcome to BNN Blitz, everybody. I'm David Abel.
And I'm Eli Bennis. David and I are back with your weekly recap of Blue Gold sports action. UW Eau Claire wrestler, third-year Jared Stricker was named WIAC Co-Wrestler of the Year. Stricker was the WIAC champion in the 174-pound weight class and the national champion, alongside having a 42-2 record. Stricker also broke the school's record in career wins and single-season pins. Congrats to the All-American on a historic season.
Eau Claire senior Charlie Griffin, a right-handed pitcher for the Blue Golds, reached a 100 strikeout milestone this past week, making Griffin the fourth pitcher in the program's history to join the 100 strikeout club. Congratulations to Charlie Griffin for being the fourth pitcher in program history to achieve such accomplishments.
UW Eau Claire women's lacrosse defeated Edgewood College 16-4 on March 30th to extend their winning streak to 6 games. The Blue Golds dominated with 16 points, and the game was headlined by second-year Lily Zygowicz, who set the season record for assists with 4 in the match and 25 total this season. The Blue Golds look to extend their winning streak to 7 as they face Carthage College Wednesday, April 3rd at the Art Keller Field in Kenosha.
The Blue Gold softball team went against Milwaukee School of Engineering in a non-conference doubleheader game on Friday. The Blue Golds played a total of 13 innings between the two games, with a combined total of 25 hits and 18 runs. The final scores were 6-3 and 12-2. Freshman Melanie Marquardt's second home run of the season ended up being the run to win the first game. Freshman Lauren Trottier pitched a scoreless 6th and 7th inning. The second game ended up with a 10-over rule, brought about by a grand slam by junior Claire Beck. That's all for the world of Blue Gold Sports. I'm David Abel.
And I'm Eli Bennis. Back to you, Alex and Marissa.
Thanks, David and Eli. Welcome back, everyone, to Epilogue, where tonight we're going to be discussing our favorite films from the one, the only, the corporate overlords themselves, Disney films.
That's right. So let's not waste any time and hop right into your favorite Disney film, Alex.
For my favorite Disney film, we have the all-time classic, The Lion King. We all know this tale, but I'll say it anyways. A young lion cub named Simba is born into a monarchy of lions who rule over the Pride Lands, protecting and preserving the circle of life. As he grows up and begins to understand his role in it all, he just can't wait to be king and begin his rule. Sadly, on one fateful day, and orchestrated by the current king's brother, Scar, Mufasa, the kind and wise king of the Pride Lands, is killed, and so begins Simba's journey of self-discovery and taking back the Pride Lands from the tyrannical rule of Scar. Now, I don't feel like I have to ask this, but have you seen The Lion King?
Yes, I've seen The Lion King,
Okay.
Alex.
I mean, I do have to ask it since Abe hasn't seen The Lion King.
It's true. Some people haven't seen them.
He's seen the live action, which doesn't count.
No.
But yeah, I can still call you out over there. But no, this is like one of my all-time favorites. I remember we would go up to like the campground, and this was like always the DVD that I would bring, just to watch it over and over again, because it's just such a good movie.
It's one of those Disney films that just feels like pure nostalgia, especially because it came out right when we were little or right before, we were born. So it's such a big part of our lives for sure, being the generation that grew up with these films.
And like the animation was spot on, the music was amazing, everything about it is just like pure nostalgia, like you said.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more.
But speaking of nostalgia, what about your favorite movie?
Well, more recent, my favorite Disney film is without a doubt Disney's Tangled. It's the Disney animation of a classic tale. Beautiful Princess Rapunzel has been locked away in a tower since she was captured as a baby by an old hag. Her magical long blonde hair has the power to provide eternal youth, and the evil Mother Gothel uses this power to keep her young. At the age of 18, Rapunzel becomes curious about the world outside, and when a prince, or rather a charming scoundrel named Flynn Rider, uses her tower as a refuge from the royal guard, she asks him to help her escape. Now, there's really, not much more I can say. I mean, look at the art style is fantastic. It's one of the early Disney films to adapt into this art style, compared to the older art style as seen in movies like The Lion King. So it was really cool to have this debut of the Disney art style changing, because, like I say, it's one of the first to kind of adapt almost a Pixar-esque art style after the two companies merged.
Yeah, no, it was definitely one to take advantage of like the new art style that they were going with from that point on, and it really hasn't looked back since then. And
Absolutely.
Some would say for the better. I really do like the animation style inside of Tangled. It's just amazing. It looked awesome, and I remember, I think I heard, this might have been just like hearsay, but I remember hearing that like animating Rapunzel's hair for this one was like just a nightmare.
No, I've heard it took a lot of time and effort, and compared to like anything else that they had animated previously, it just took up so much work. But it's so cool.
But it
and
paid
the
off.
effect,
It paid off for sure.
It's so natural looking. I mean, every time the hair moves, like you can really tell. It's super cool. But other than that, like the plot is just so amazing.
It's so good.
It's sort of like the princess saves herself in this one. Not quite completely, as what Frozen kind of does, playing on that sisterly love bond. But really for Rapunzel and Flynn Rider, I mean, their roles kind of change in comparison to a lot of Disney princess movies before this time.
I actually really enjoyed Flynn in this one because it wasn't just like a Prince Charming who was kind of just silent the entire time, like in not Beauty and the Beast, like in
Snow White.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, like in Snow White or
Cinderella.
Yeah, like just like the Prince Charming who wouldn't really say anything. He was kind of just, I guess, like a bad boy who just didn't really know what he was doing. He was kind of just like messing around all the time. He got smacked in the face by a frying pan. That was very
Repeatedly.
funny.
But also, the other thing to think about with them is like how we see men and women, and their roles in the princess story or the prince story, what it kind of seems like, because Flynn Rider has his own downfalls too, just like Rapunzel has her own faults. They're
And
normal people almost.
It's always good to see like flaws inside of characters as well, just to be able to like have something to aim for. And I feel like this was one of the first, if I remember right, where they kind of had like those flaws and they tried to work on them throughout the film and tried to better themselves. So
Yeah.
no, it's an amazing film. Two great Disney films, and definitely nostalgia as I'm looking at the pictures here.
Absolutely. Well, that's all that we have for you tonight.
Join us next week for your latest news, updates, and weather.
Make sure to check out TV10 on Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. I'm Marissa Day.
And I'm Alex Rubio. Thank you, and good night.